themed days. Like what I said, we would do the Reminisque songs as well. So we have the acoustic every Thursdays, which we have chosen as well to sing like the James Taylor type 80s music pa rin. That's every Thursday. But our Mondays are 80s pa rin, or 70s and 80s. We have our Tuesday, our retro night, which we have attorney Ferdy Topacio and attorney Larry Gadon. Last Tuesday, it was Carl Balita, who sang. So our Tuesday is a special Tuesday for really retro, again, like what I said, for another genre, reminiscing their songs. Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays, and Sundays are 80s, and Sunday mostly is our crossover jazz rhythm and blues, which we all agreed talaga that we want to bring it back. Yun. So wala pa kaming full band.
Okay. And you
Yeah,
also...
I'd like to add, this is not a full band actually, this is acoustic.
Yeah.
So basically we just have a microphone, just a keyboard, maybe a few other instruments, but full band setup which has drums and everything. We don't have that now, we just made an event once, but we put it in this area with a full band setup with everything there. We can handle that for events. But as of now, we're doing the acoustic nights and basic 1-2-man band.
And for the record, it's Monday to Friday, or do you have Sundays?
We're open Monday to Sunday. Sundays is just pure crossover, no DJs.
Okay.
Mali, may DJ ba? Sunday, meron.
Yeah, everybody, every day has a DJ. But sometimes we could bring in DJs from outside and have them guest in our place.
And is the thing like strictly gonna be this theme, or
No, actually, it's basically we want this theme for everything. But if you have events, for example, this Saturday we have a event of all doctors who are going to be DJing here. So these are all guests DJs who would play the newer songs, the EDMs, the electro dance music, the hip hop, and house music. So basically, we could cater to anything, especially if it's an event. But normally, we do our retro.
how does booking and event work? Who do they like approach?
For now, our friends, they would call us directly. We have the numbers, that's why we also, we would also write it on our FB pages.
Okay.
I handle the bookings.
Okay.
The rest of the reservations would come really from our friends pa lang. But there are already few inquiries, which they said, referred by friends. So we already have banquet menus as well. As a matter of fact, we did 2 debuts already. That's why we're open really for events like the EDM, because sayang diba, we can't say no. As long as they have the exclusivity for that day, then we cater to their music. But on a regular basis, it's our retro 80s music.
And you design the menu together with us?
With
or-
chef, yeah.
Okay.
The menus, the banquet menus, which we handed a while ago. And we also exempt for if they have special requests.
Yeah.
Like just a while ago for lunch, they needed a vegetarian menu. Then we would also come up with vegetarian menu for whatever they need.
Okay.
Because
Okay, thank you.
So I may usually frequent bars around the area like Mercy, 80s, and Don Taquitos. What makes Reminisque different from the other bars here?
Well, this bar actually was started by friends. It's very personal. As you can see, these photographs, I took them. All the stuff that you see on the bar, some collections from us are the owners. The painting there, some has painted that, and basically it's all our reminiscing from the past. Look at our speakers; these are Bose speakers. Martin and I have these Bose speakers ever since high school, and we haven't changed them. It's still functioning well, and next to the Bose brand. But we actually still use vinyls. Can you show a vinyl record? We use vinyl records here. We have a collection of about 3,000 vinyl records that we could use. We bring here anytime that we need to. New wave, hip hop, disco, swing, whatever.
Another difference would be the music archives, because we have them from the radio stations. I mean, they've been working, Martin and Zert, for the longest time. I mean, different radio stations. And another difference would be like what Doc said. It's probably the personalized touch from each and every one of us. Because every night we're here. We want to, like what I said a while ago, we want to share our passion for music. The skilled chef, personally, every dish, personally, he has to check on it. And we talk to our guests every night that they come. We want to know where they're coming from, what they like. So it's a personal thing from all of us. It's not just, just think about it.
Is Reminisque representing the era of the 80s? Are you given that?
Well, originally, because we were all 80s babies. But originally, yes, 80s. But of course, as DJs, I'm also a DJ, like Martin. We also cater, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, because that's our genre. That's what we play. So basically, these are all songs that we remember from the past.
One last question. Are we trying to bring back something from the past, like the bars we used to hang out around Green Hills area? Are we trying to relive it here?
We are really trying to bring back the jazz rhythms
rhythm
and the reasons and the blues and
And yesterday.
And yesterday, yeah. Vintage, do you remember those mga bars nung panahon natin? Panahon talaga natin yun. So we really would like to bring it back. It's so difficult now to go to bars and really enjoy just the music, wherein you can talk, you can chat, and yet enjoy those blues. And definitely you will enjoy it with the personal touch of the food. We have very simple food, and yet he added his, the expertise or the presentation that we would want to be different as well. Like if you notice the sisig, we just didn't present it like on a sizzling plate with egg and mayonnaise. So siguro little things we would like to be different from the rest. There are a few things that we are really different.
And I just want to make a statement. Actually, this is good news for someone who are in our era. At least we have an alternative place that we could go to. We could go back in time to. Thank you and congratulations.
First of all, thank you so much for inviting us. The food is delicious and the atmosphere is great. Hello? We noticed pala your salads then. They're super fresh. We were just wondering where you source your ingredients. Do you have like a local farm you coordinate with or?
Actually, kapipigas ko lang kanina sa garden dyan sa likod.
You have a garden? You have a garden? Caliber?
Talagang fresh, straight from the market. So, 2 hours ago.
So we have few suppliers also. We have like big suppliers of vegetables. But for those are for the tomatoes and stuff like that. But for the gulay, he really wants it every day.
So, as needed.
For the mga salmon inoki for that.
I have a question about that. Kanina kasi when DJ was talking about how the menu is from old cookbooks, from your grandmother's recipes, and what came into my mind was like, you have this old recipe book where do you have something like that, or do you just
Mag-automatic naman yun.
from memory?
Based from my experience and also my lola taught me these recipes and lolas ng mga ex-girlfriend ko. So, kaya natutunan ako from different region kasi I'm all around. So,
And for the Ilonggo dishes, actually it came from Martin, from his family. So he was the one who, yeah, teaching our cooks for the kansi, which I heard from another Ilongga here, that she really wanted it. Nasaan na siya? Sa your group, yeah. So she said it was really good. She's from Iloilo. And the another one is the kansi. There are a few Pampanga dishes which really came from him, yung mga, when he was still younger. We really don't have the old recipe book from ourselves.
Thank you.
RP Lazaro from Iloilo High School. Also, food blogger RP Lazaro. Hi, good afternoon. It's a very good spread that you have. My question is, yung kansi, tayo. Because I'm also Ilocos, I'm not the only one. Yeah. Question ko lang, two questions basically. Saan galing yung batuan? Saan kayo kumukuha? Buti ba yung nakukuha kayo? Kasi napapanisan within a few hours eh. That's one. And my second question is, nakita ko that they were handing out these itong papers about yung pag nagpa-event ka, yung may package and ganyan, kung gusto mo ng medyo, like kumari kami, diabetics. Meron akong grupo, maraming diabetic, matatanda. Sila yun, ako hindi. So, pag gusto namin ng konting kumari, pwede nyo bang lagyan ng ganito ingredient o pwede ba yun? Is it possible? I-customizing recipes for certain health reasons.
yeah, so, yes sir, pwede po na i-customize yung ingredients.
Walang added charge.
Wala.
Sure about that.
Sir, wala. We would recost lang. Let's say from the banquet menu that you saw, let's say you have chosen let's say the 440 per head, and you don't like some of the dishes, then we can, actually, we would cater to what you need, and then we would recost it. Parang ganon. So it would still be 440. Pag hindi pwede, we are actually telling the guests. There are already few reservations na ganon. May pinatanggal, may pina-add. So we would do that. For the kansi, for the batuan, actually, it's him again, who was a very good friend from Iloilo. Ito si Martin. He actually asked him to bring a lot. And then, I found out that there's also one in Tiendesitas. So, we found it, yung sa Tiendesitas. So, ayun. Pag nawawala, nagpapanik na kami. Nagpapanik. Oh. But sa Tiendesitas, there is a batuan available.
That doesn't push up the cost of the kansi.
Kasi sir, free dinadala ni yung friend niya. For the love. Free talaga. Yun. The other, 2 weeks ago, he was here. Yun. May dala siya. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tahar from UrbanTribe.ph. Thank you all for inviting us. Just one quick question. Any palate cleansers on the menu like desserts or like simple desserts?
We would be serving you desserts actually. The original name of it is Tibok-Tibok from Pampanga, which is a version of a creamy maha mais thing. But then again, because again, with his experiences and another presentation-wise, we called it now the maha mais panakota. So it's more nicer. So it'll be served in a while. We have the old crepe samurai, remember old Manila? Yung mga crepe sosette dati na wala pa tayong mga cafe breton, wala pa. So we only have a simple crepe as well, or a crepe samurai. And then, yun lang, yun pa lang. And the turon, yeah. We have the turon alamon. What we did naman with the bananas, we use the mono wrapper. So we would reuse some ingredients so it doesn't add to our food cost. We serve it like in a squarish thing with chocolate ganache. And then the turon, sarap. Hindi, tapos may chocolate siya sa ibabaw. And the ice cream, that's why it's alamon. Yun, yung mga local na sarap. Thank you. Thank you.
Any more questions? from our guests today or our panel here? No more? Oh, we have, okay, we see a hand at the back.
Hello. We would just like to ask if you have someone in packages you, or do you have other promos pa aside from this, or this is your promo na yung package? Thank you.
Okay. For the banquet menu, that is our the one that we came up with. We have promotions as well. We are going to launch our combo meals for the lunchtime because we want to develop our lunch actually. We are geared towards really a bistro, like a restaurant bistro, and just an added thing supposedly with the bar one time. So we're coming up with family menu soon. But for now, after this, we will be launching our inexpensive lunch set menu to cater to our neighbors. We even call it love thy neighbor. Love your neighbor. We're launching it. Why? Because for us, we'll reach out to our neighbors first so we can introduce, so they can just come. Because we have not developed our lunch crowd. So we're coming up with those mga ganyan. And then of course for the bar, we already have the 30 at 30. So because we found out that there are like few what do you call this? Call center agents and to those like you when you're free. So we sell the beer at 30. We start at 4:30. So that's why we have the 30 at 30. Parang early bird. So 4:30 to 8:30, that's 30 at 30. And for women, for us ladies, we have the 75 peso for a cocktail. So yun po. Thank you.
All right, we have a question here. Provide
Hello, I'm Chippy and I'm a mom blogger. So I'm very interested because when I came here, parang ako pumasok sa bahay. It's like the ambience is very open. So when they said, I'm just curious though, is there something that we can offer to kids? Like can we bring our kids here for family time? Or anything that you could offer for family purposes?
To be very honest, we just had a meeting last Friday, So we would have a family package for the children. But we only have like the fish and chips for now. We have a family menu naman, like, for the inihaw na liempo, I mean the traditionally shared. We have the spaghetti meatballs. But siguro we have to add sa menu yung parang kiddie corner, yung ganun. We have to do that soon. Yes. And thank you for saying na you felt really like at home for the cozy ambience. Like what Doc said, it was because of our personal touches. It was because of the personal choices of let's say the frames, how it would look like. Eventually, we will do that wall to become to be more nicer. So it's the personal thing talaga from all of us.
All right, do we have any more questions?